You know that feeling, don't you? That little sting. That moment when your grown children, perhaps with the best intentions, say something that makes your heart sink just a little. It's a quiet whisper of doubt, a gentle suggestion that perhaps you're not quite as capable as you once were, or as you still are. It's not always a harsh word. Often it comes wrapped in kindness, a help that feels more like a subtle takeover. Maybe you're reaching for a heavy pot in the kitchen, about to make your famous Sunday sauce, and your son or daughter rushes over, saying, "Oh, Mom, why don't I just do that for you? You don't want to pull anything." Or you're meticulously going through your monthly bills, making sure every penny is accounted for, just as you always have. Your child glances over, smiles, and says, "Just let me handle those, Dad. I'm already on the computer. It'll be quicker." Doesn't that sound helpful? On the surface, yes. But deep down, for many of us, it's a quiet sign, a subtle message that maybe, just maybe, they're starting to doubt your mind. They're questioning your ability to manage your own home, your own finances, your own life. This feeling, this slow erosion of trust from the very people you raised, can be one of the most painful parts of getting older. It touches on our deepest fears, the fear of losing our independence, the fear of becoming a burden, the fear of someone else taking over our lives piece by piece until we have nothing left of our own. Remember when you were the one helping them, teaching them to balance a checkbook, showing them how to fix a leaky faucet, guiding them through difficult decisions? Now, it feels like the roles are flipping in a way that's unsettling. This isn't about their love. We know they love us. It's about their perception. It's about how they see us changing and perhaps how they think we should be. But their help can inadvertently strip away our dignity, one small task at a time. It can make you feel small, confused, even ashamed in your own home. Think about it. That slightly cluttered corner in the living room, filled with memories and projects you're still working on. They might say, "Mom, let's just clear all this out. It'll make the place so much tidier." What they might not realize is that clutter to them is your order, your ongoing life. It's a part of your daily routine, a reminder of past joys or future plans. Or perhaps you've been feeling a bit lonely. You've thought about joining a new group or even going back to school for a class you always wanted to take. You share this idea, full of hope, and hear, "Are you sure, Dad? Isn't that a lot to take on right now? Maybe just stick to what you know." It feels like a cage, doesn't it? A gentle warning not to step outside the lines they've drawn for you. These moments, these seemingly innocent remarks, they accumulate. They build a wall of quiet anxiety around you. You start to second-guess yourself. You start to hesitate. Should I really try to fix this? Can I really remember all the details of that appointment? Am I truly capable of managing my own money, or am I just fooling myself? This is why it's so important to recognize these signs early, to understand not just what they're saying, but what it means for your independence and your peace of mind. You've worked your entire life to build your home, your family, your sense of self-worth. You deserve to protect it. You deserve to be seen as the capable, wise person you still are. It's not about fighting your children. It's about understanding and then quietly, firmly reclaiming your space, your decisions, your life. It's about maintaining that quiet confidence that comes from years of experience, from the wisdom only time can bring. We're going to explore how these seemingly harmless comments chip away at your sense of self, and more importantly, how you can protect your mind, your home, your money, and your emotional well-being from this subtle erosion. We'll talk about simple, everyday habits that reinforce your independence. We'll uncover ways to communicate effectively without causing conflict. And we'll share concrete steps to ensure your decisions are respected, not doubted. But first, let's understand the real impact of these moments and how they subtly push you towards a place where you feel less in control. We'll start by looking at common situations that often lead to these undermining remarks and the powerful practical ways to respond, beginning with how to protect your peace in your own home. That quiet phrase we talked about, it's often just the beginning, isn't it? It plants a seed of doubt, not just in their minds, but sometimes, unfairly, in your own. You start second-guessing yourself. Did I lock the door? Did I take my medication? Am I truly forgetting things? This feeling can creep into every corner of your home. Think about a simple Sunday morning. You're in your kitchen, making breakfast, perhaps reaching for a favorite coffee mug on a slightly higher shelf. Suddenly, your child walks in. "Let me get that, Mom," they say, reaching over you. "Don't want you to slip." Their voice is kind, maybe even a little worried. But in that moment, what did you hear? Perhaps not just concern, but a subtle message. You might fall. You can't even reach your own cup anymore. It's these small, seemingly helpful interventions that can sting the most. They chip away at your daily confidence. Maybe you're at your desk, trying to pay a bill online or figuring out your budget for the month. Your daughter glances over your shoulder. "Are you sure you clicked the right button, Dad? Let me just check for you." Again, the intention might be pure, but the unspoken message: we don't trust you with money anymore. You might make a mistake. These moments are painful. They make your home, which should be your sanctuary of independence, feel like a place where you're constantly being supervised. It's not just about the words, it's the implication, the look, the tone, the quick gesture that says, "You're not quite capable." And these doubts don't just stay in the kitchen or at the desk. They can follow you to the doctor's office. Your son insists on coming with you, even for a routine checkup. "Just to make sure you ask all the right questions," he explains. But inside, you might feel a pang. Don't I know how to talk to my own doctor? Have I become invisible? This pattern can make you feel like your life, your choices, are no longer entirely your own. You might start avoiding certain tasks just to avoid the help or the implied criticism. You might keep quiet about a new hobby or a small purchase, fearing their judgment. This isn't peace. It's a slow erosion of your dignity and freedom. But here's the crucial part. You don't have to accept this narrative. Your lifetime of experience, your wisdom, your resilience, those haven't vanished. In fact, they are your strongest tools right now. The first step is to recognize these quiet signs for what they are, not always malicious, but always undermining. Think about how you can gently reclaim your space and your decisions. It starts small. Next time you're in the kitchen and someone reaches for that mug, a calm, "Thank you, dear, but I've got it," can be enough. A simple phrase that asserts your capability without confrontation. When you're handling your finances, make sure your papers are organized. Have your bills laid out. If someone offers to check for you, you can confidently say, "I appreciate the offer, but I've just finished reviewing it. Everything is in order." Having your ducks in a row isn't just about managing money. It's about demonstrating your continued competence. It builds your own confidence, and that confidence shines through. Another powerful tool is maintaining your physical space. A tidy home, even if it's just one organized drawer, shows control. It's a statement. Keep your living room clutter-free, not for anyone else, but for you. A calm home environment reflects a calm and capable mind. It gives you a sense of mastery that no one can take away. Remember, your independence is precious. It's not just about doing tasks. It's about the freedom to choose, to manage your own life, to trust your own judgment. You've earned that. Don't let innocent words or well-meaning gestures diminish your deep inner wisdom. We've talked about recognizing these subtle signs and taking small steps to reassert your autonomy. But what happens when the doubts become more direct? When they start making decisions for you without asking? In our next part, we'll dive into how to handle those more challenging moments and protect your choices when it matters most. We've talked about those initial little nudges, the soft suggestions that can feel like help but carry a hidden message. But the doubt can deepen, becoming more pronounced, even when it's still wrapped in a bow of concern or efficiency. Think about your doctor's appointments. You're discussing your health, your medications. Then, your son or daughter might say, "I've already called Dr. Smith's office for you, Mom. You don't need to worry about the details." Or, "I'll just come in with you. It's easier if I take notes." On the surface, it sounds thoughtful. They want to help, but peel back that layer. Doesn't it imply you might forget a question? Or mishear an instruction? Doesn't it suggest you can't manage your own health information anymore? Suddenly, your confidence in advocating for yourself, in understanding your own body and its needs, starts to waver. You might begin to second-guess yourself before even stepping foot in the clinic. Did I really remember everything the doctor said last time? You wonder. You start to feel like a passenger in your own health journey, rather than the driver. Or consider your finances, paying bills, managing your budget. It's a source of independence, a quiet ritual you've handled for decades. Then, one day, your child offers, "Dad, let me just set up auto-pay for all your bills. It's probably just easier if I handle it so you don't have to worry about missing anything." Or, "I'll take care of reconciling your bank statement this month. Modern banking's a bit complicated, isn't it?" Again, the intention might be pure. They want to protect you from late fees, from complexity. But the unspoken message can be crushing. It suggests you're no longer capable of simple arithmetic or understanding a bank statement, that your mind isn't sharp enough for numbers. It chips away at your financial autonomy, which is a cornerstone of aging with dignity. You might start to feel a knot in your stomach when the mail arrives, wondering what else they might decide you can't handle. This can even show up in your own home, in your daily routines. You're looking for something you put away, and a child jumps in with, "Are you sure you remember where you put your keys, Mom? Maybe they're not where you usually keep them. Let me just look for them." Or you're telling a story, a cherished memory, and they interject with, "Didn't you tell me that story yesterday, Dad?" These moments, small as they seem, can be deeply unsettling. They turn innocent forgetfulness, a common human experience at any age, into a spotlight on your mental acuity. You start to feel scrutinized. Every pause, every moment of searching for a word feels like a test. You might withdraw, speaking less, sharing less, just to avoid that questioning gaze, that subtle correction that whispers, "Your mind isn't what it used to be." Your home, your sanctuary, can start to feel like a place where you're constantly being evaluated. This erosion of confidence is exactly what we need to watch out for. It's not about malice, it's about a shift in perception, often unconscious on their part, and it leads to a shift in your own self-perception. You begin to internalize their doubts, you start to believe their subtle cues, and that's where the real danger lies. You start to lose trust in your own judgment, your own memory, your own capabilities. These aren't just helpful gestures, they are quiet signs. They are gentle, almost imperceptible shifts that, over time, can steal your sense of independence and dignity. They slowly diminish your confidence in your own mind. But understanding these signs is the first step. In our next part, we will explore some powerful yet gentle ways to respond when you encounter these situations. We'll discuss how to gently assert your independence and reinforce your competence without creating conflict. There are simple habits and clear conversations that can make all the difference, not just for your peace of mind, but for your standing within your own family. Stay with us, because what we discuss next is crucial for protecting your precious independence. We've talked about recognizing those subtle signs, the phrases that, despite good intentions, chip away at your feeling of independence. Now, let's talk about building your strength back, not just outwardly, but right here, in your own heart and mind. It's easy to let those moments pile up. A comment about your driving, a suggestion about your bills, a gentle push to let them handle your groceries. Each one a tiny whisper of doubt. And over time, those whispers can become a roar inside your head, making you question yourself. Am I really losing it? Are they right? You've lived a full life. You've navigated challenges, raised families, paid your dues. Don't let a few well-meaning but misguided words erase that history. Your wisdom isn't a fading memory. It's a deep wellspring. One powerful step is to consciously reclaim your daily routines. Think about the small things, the ritual of making your morning coffee exactly how you like it, paying your own bills online, even if it takes a little longer to type, deciding what to cook for dinner purely based on your craving, not what someone else thinks you should eat. These aren't just tasks, they are declarations of your ongoing capability. Each small act reinforces your sense of self-reliance. It reminds you first, and then subtly others, that you are still the captain of your own ship. And what about those moments when the help arrives? When a child insists on doing something you feel perfectly capable of handling? This is where gentle communication becomes your friend. You don't need to pick a fight. You don't need to get defensive. Instead, try a soft approach. Acknowledge their kindness. "That's so thoughtful of you to offer, darling." But then, pivot. "But I really enjoy doing this myself. It keeps me sharp, you know?" Or, "I appreciate the offer, but I've already set aside time for it. It's part of my routine." The key is to use I statements. Focus on your feelings, your enjoyment, your need for routine, rather than implying they're wrong. "I like to handle my own finances. It helps me keep track." Not, "You shouldn't be looking at my bank statements." Sometimes they might push back. "We just want to make sure you're okay, Mom, Dad." And that's usually true. Their concern is real, but your need for autonomy is also real. You can validate their concern while upholding your dignity. "I know, and I truly appreciate that. And I am okay. Doing these things helps me stay okay." Consider building a broader support network too. It takes some of the pressure off your children, and it gives you more options. A friend who drives you to appointments sometimes, a neighbor who helps with a heavy grocery bag, a community group where you share skills or stories. Having others in your life, besides just your children, reinforces your place in the world. It reminds everyone that you are a multifaceted individual, connected to many people, not just someone to be managed by family. This network can be a buffer, a source of new ideas, and a powerful reminder of your continued worth. Most importantly, cultivate an inner resilience. Spend time reflecting on your life, your accomplishments, big and small. The wisdom you've gained, the character you've built, carry that with you. Don't let anyone else's perception define your reality. Your mind is a treasure trove of experiences, insights, and strength. If you find yourself struggling with a task, that's perfectly normal. We all do. Ask for help specifically for that task, not for a general takeover. "Could you just lift this heavy box for me?" is very different from, "Let me take over everything." Be clear about what you need versus what you can still do. Remember, this isn't about proving anything to anyone. It's about honoring yourself. It's about living your life with dignity, peace, and purposeful independence for as long as you possibly can. It's about knowing your worth, even when others quietly, or not so quietly, start to forget it. And this journey of maintaining your sharp mind and independent spirit is ongoing. There are always new insights, new habits, new ways to protect your peace. Next, we'll explore an even more crucial warning sign to watch out for, one that can subtly threaten your financial security if you're not prepared.